Good morning. So today I want to talk about things that I still have to do. Okay, so what I mean by that is these are things that I have to prep between now and end of August when the next CC year starts. So we are year-round homeschoolers, and I do, we teach every single day, regardless of weekend, regardless of anything. We are always learning something because we just live a learning lifestyle. So, and all these other homeschool buzzwords. So anyways, there are some things that I still have to prep for next year. What are they? Well, as the co-op art coordinator this year, I have to prep all the lesson plans and all the materials and all the handouts and everything for the upcoming year. So that's thing one. Thing two is I haven't made my Cycle 2 binder yet. So let me show you these coloring pages. And you might be very familiar with these coloring pages by now if you see any of our little CC memory work videos, which I honestly did just because my daughter wasn't doing her science memory work. And her complaint was that it's boring and we didn't have a song. And we had looked at several of the other songs on YouTube and they just weren't working for her. So I wanted something that I could just hit play on a playlist and it would just go and she would get all of the ones for the whole cycle all at once. And now she has those down better than any of her other memory works. Now I'm like, okay, well, great. Now I've got to make them for everything. Because wouldn't you know it, my kid likes the stuff I make. Can't she like somebody else's stuff somebody else has already made? That would be so much easier. Anyways, homeschool binder for CC. So we use these coloring pages, and I'll link them down below in the description. But we use these coloring pages, and I haven't even bothered hole punching them yet. I hole punch them, and I put them in binders. So let me show you one of the binders that we've made for previous years. Okay, so this was our Cycle 1 binder. I didn't color the cover because I guess lazy. But in our binder, I have all the stuff from our co-op director up at the front for Mom. Then I have a bunch of stuff falling out of here because I just stick stuff in here. But I have things like our multiplication, and these are called Trivium Tables. That's what CC calls them. So you pull them out, and it's hard to hold all these things. I really need like another two hands. But Trivium Tables, you pull them out, and they fold out, and they're dry erasable. And you can do memory work on them. But see, like that one's for multiplication, and then we have them for maps and Latin and all kinds of stuff. But anyways, we have all these things, and then I have these week labels down, and I can get the first half. I do it semester by semester, so I can get one half of the year in one binder and one half of the year in the next binder. So when you get in here, I have the timeline and the Latin and the English, and by I mean the wonderful lady on Etsy who does these. I just color them in. And then they'll have the science memory work and the history memory work, which for that week is 10 Commandments, and the geography, and the math. I don't bother coloring the math because honestly, she knows all the skip counting by now and doesn't care. So we just skip count. If we even do that, because she really just knows it. And then I got these. These were some other, I think these were off CC Connected. But these were like little dry erasable ones. And then it just goes on to the next week. So these are our CC binders. So I've got to put that together and color. When I do the coloring, I have my colors here. My daughter hates that I do not share these, but I don't know if you've ever used these pens before. They're fabulous. They also run out really fast, so these are for me and me only. And I have to buy like another pack like every year because I go through them. But anyways, I've got to put together that binder. I've also got to make her presentation boards. So I go ahead and pre-make her presentation boards, and they sit right here. So I've got to take these and put them out in storage and get my new ones out of storage and make them. So I've bought the presentation boards for this year, but I haven't actually started making them. So for an example, all right, so here's one on ancient China. So I use lots of different little resources. On this one, I used a lot from the Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About World History in One Big Fat Notebook. I think that's what it's called. So there's that. And then they get well loved. So I need to tape that back up. But then there's like the Roman Empire and the Roman Republic. Anyways, I pre-make the binders because our first year in co-op, I realized that it was this, as the working mom and the person who's actually honestly going to be the one making the posters, I realized that there was no way I was going to get them done every Sunday night. Our co-op is on Monday. There was no way I was doing it on a regular basis, on time, and doing a good job. And it always felt like this rush because we always would forget about it until like Saturday, Sunday, and go like, man, we've got to come up with a presentation. You've got to practice it. I've got to make a board. What in the world are we going to do it on? And it was this whole thing. Now, CC does not, or at least our co-op does not require us to make the boards. My daughter is just so much better at her presentations if she has a board. If she has a board and it can remind her, okay, I talk about this first, then this next, and this next, it makes her presentation flow a lot better. And I think we all as adults can definitely relate to that, because if, I'm doing a presentation and I've got my iPad with me and I'm going through a slideshow, or I have it projected behind me, or whatever it is, if I have the visual behind me, it just feels like a more cohesive, well planned out presentation, and I stay on script better. Not that she's scripted, but the way we do presentations, I make the board, I tell her what the topic is. I make them kind of interchangeable. I come up with a list in the summer, but I make them somewhat interchangeable so that, like, if we didn't actually get to that topic that week, then maybe we switch it out with something else she's done, but at least we have a game plan. So I make the board, we have a discussion about the topic, and then I mock present to her. And I usually mock present, just off the cuff. I don't have anything written out. I just look at the poster and start talking about stuff. And I start with, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. And today I'm going to talk about blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah was in blah, blah, blah year, and, whatever it is. And we go through the presentation that way. And then I do it again, and I make sure that it's different from the first time I did it, so that she's getting the gist of it rather than memorizing a set script for each bullet point she has to hit. So those are some of the things that I still have to prep for next year. And I get that it's only the beginning of May and I have plenty of time, but this is my busy season at work. So it doesn't feel like I have a lot of time because I know that August is going to be here in a flash. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know what you have to prep yet for next year. Thanks. Bye.